Imagine a conscious contact with God so strong that no matter what you are doing or not doing, that no matter what your kids are up to or not up to, and that whether you've got the person of your dreams or they're just not cooperating, that you are happy, content, and at peace. A space where everyone else's thoughts, attitudes, and actions are beautiful and exactly as they are supposed to be. Well, this is the space where I like to play. My name is Misha Z, and this is today's Bitch Slap. Join me as I shed light on the thoughts, actions, and attitudes that are causing you pain, and we train our minds to go to the capital S inner self, the joy that is waiting for us, the God within. I had this idea for an episode, which was the top 3 prayers that I am using right now. The top 3 prayers that I am using right now. So that's what I'm going to talk about. The top 3 prayers I'm using right now. And that can change because prayers can be more or less potent. They can affect you at different times in different ways. Perhaps they come top of mind more and more due to circumstances. Perhaps we learn new ones along the way. All sorts of great stuff. Before I get into that, though, I do want to say that I am trying to get in the habit of recording every day again. And I find that if I record earlier in the morning, it's better, whatever better means. It's easier because I'm fresher and I'm not burnt out and tired, or just my mind isn't as sharp, perhaps. I don't know if sharp's the right word, but I find when it comes to when I go for my walk, if I bring my microphone in the morning, super easy. Mind's crackling. I'm in a meditative state. I've probably done a Course in Miracles. I've probably been to a meeting, perhaps an online meeting, and been inspired. Versus by the end of the night, I'm like, can I just go to bed now? I'm exhausted. There's so much going on with the 2CCX group I'm in right now. Like, the list of things to do is gigantic, and it's awesome, but I feel behind the 8 ball and tired and things like that. And I just came across this really good idea. And the idea is this: if you're running out of things to say, or you feel like you don't know what to say on your blog, on your podcast, on your YouTube channel, whatever, it's because you're not being who you are. You're not being your authentic self. Like, if you're being your authentic self, there's plenty to talk about. This is what happened in my day. This is the real me. And I was like, you know what? I love that. And usually I'm pretty good at that. And so I was like, it's 10:30. I'm tired. I need to record an episode. What am I going to talk about? And I had written down that idea for the 3 prayers, and I was hesitant to do an episode on it. And then I was totally inspired. Why not be the real authentic me? Prayer number 1. And this one came to me by reading A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. Again, A Return to Love. And I love that book. It is just so good. And there's so many nuggets in there. And of course, everybody, I'm assuming at this point, knows who Marianne Williamson is. And A Return to Love is her experience with the Course in Miracles. And obviously I'm neck deep in A Course in Miracles. So the prayer that has come back to me from the Course in Miracles. And I have outlined tons of them, dog-eared, tons of them there in there. But the poignant one for me again right now is, God, where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say? And to whom? God, where would you have me go? What would you have me say? What would you, God, where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say? And to whom? And coming out of the summit, all of a sudden there was a void. And I was like, oh no, what's next? You know, and that little prayer that I used a lot a few years ago, all of a sudden dropped back down. I was like, hey, God, where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say, and to whom? Who do you want me to meet? And that provided me solace instantly and rapidly. And all of a sudden, all these things where I got to go, what I got to do, who I got to meet, and what I got to say is just overwhelming me. So maybe I shouldn't have said that prayer. The next prayer is the one, and I've talked about this a few times, but it's when you get resentful, you know, or I get judgy or competitive. It's for me. I that competitive is poison for me. So I saw somebody that was doing a summit very much like mine. They started, you know, right after mine ended. And so I was like comparing their revenue, their numbers, the look of it. And I wasn't hoping for the best for them. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. And I caught it and I was like, I don't like this. I want them to be happy. I want them to be successful. I don't want to feel like judgy or a little resentful or that toxicness. And so I went back to that prayer of, God, give everything that I want for myself to this person. Give them their happiness, their prosperity, and their health. Give them their happiness, their prosperity, and their health. God, give that person everything that I want for myself. And I think of it this way: give everything I want, everything that I want for myself to them before you give it to me. Like, give it to them, give it to everybody, and then the leftovers give to me. And I love that thought. And I like that I'm willing to think that way. Give them their health, happiness, and prosperity. It's a great one. And the third one, I'm writing these down, is, God, how would you have me support your path for my son, setting aside my own selfish wants and desires? God, how would you have me support your path for Dawn, the boy's mom, setting aside my own selfish wants and desires? And I would encourage you to say this prayer as well. God, how would you have me support your path for X? Anybody that I think that I know what's best for, insert that name right there. How would you have me support your path for them, setting aside my own selfish wants and desires? And the reason I'm saying that prayer right now is because I constantly come across people that are frustrated with their kids, their wives, their exes, their parents, you know, insert person here who's they're battling with, or they think that that person should do things differently, or they're in conflict. Should I stay married? Should I leave? Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I throw the kid out or let him stay? Or, you know, and what's so beautiful about that prayer is if you breathe, slow down, say that prayer and create that space and then meditate on it. God, how would you have me support your path for the person in question, setting aside my own selfish wants and desires? And then breathe and then listen, and then take action when the signs come, right? And it can be different things. Like one son needed much looser boundaries. One of my sons needed much tighter boundaries, and at different times and things like that. So it was constantly like, okay, you know what? Hey, God, like, how'd you have me support your path for Cooper, setting aside my own selfish wants and desires? And my own selfish wants and desires skew everything, right? Like, I want my kids to make me look good. I don't want to feel, I don't want to lose something to somebody, or whatever. X is the X. If you have an X in your life, like, that can be, I get along great with mine. I say that prayer though a lot if necessary. But my ego, like, I don't want to lose something, or I'm afraid I won't get something, or how am I going to look? How is this person going to make me look? Or I don't want to feel stressed. I don't want to feel loss. I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to feel this, or I want to feel this. I want to feel good. I want to feel amazing. I want, or I don't want, I don't want, I don't want. And that's all my selfish and egocentric wants and desires. And again, it skews stuff. So if I can be willing to step aside from that, how powerful that is. So again, there's my 3 top prayers right now. The first one was, God, where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say? And to whom? If I feel like, what the hell am I doing in this life right now? That's a good one. The second one, God, give everything I want for myself to said person. Give them their happiness, their health, and their prosperity. And that's when we feel resentful, judgy, what have you. And then there's the God, God, how can I support your path for said person, setting aside my own selfish wants and desires, so that way I can take heart-centered action. And actually, I forgot to say this, but when I say that prayer and I'm open and the answers come, and then I take those actions, I'm free of the results. I am free, and I trust, and the outcomes don't matter because I know that I'm in alignment. And how powerful is that? That's a great place to end. There's my top 3 prayers for the moment. I'm not saying there's not other or better or more or different. Those happen to be at the top of my toolbox. Love to all. Thank you for spending time with me today. As someone who is committed to growth and service to this world, I so appreciate your willingness to come with me, go within, and serve our world through change. If you found value in this podcast and you know someone who can use this message, share this episode with them. Share it so our mission can be achieved one episode at a time. And of course, subscribe so you can hear more. And lastly, for more resources on what has helped me on my journey and can help you on yours, go to belove.media/resources. That's BELOVE.media/resources. Thank you again for listening.